If you want to find someone who's going to love you well and admire you, either a friend or a romantic partner, you need to find someone who's cut from a very similar cloth to you. And this has been made abundantly clear to me through my past relationship and all my relationships in my life, is people will not be able to admire things inside of you that they have not sensed or experienced inside of themselves. I was just in a long-term or 4-month relationship. The reason we broke up was at a certain point, it felt like we were fundamentally different in who we were. It doesn't matter how great of a woman she was or how great of a man I am. It's not going to work out if you're cut from a very different cloth, because what she wants to see inside of me is not who I naturally am already. And what I want to see inside of her is not who she is naturally already. And that's the thing, is if you're a man or a woman on the quest into your, perhaps most dominant form or your highest virtue, right? You're already doing your best. And therefore, you need to find someone who fuels you with admiration and love, because they sense the world in a similar way you do. We literally see the world through our valuation of things, right? And in this past relationship, she really valued the poeticism of life, the emotional relationship to life, and like certain maybe perhaps softer virtues in men, which is beautiful. Like, that's cool. That's one orientation towards life. But I have different archetypes inside of me that are really strong. Like my, kind of, I guess, like intelligent teacher, bringer together synthesizer of information, my wise, gentle leader side. There's other like noble qualities that are really strong in me and really natural in me. And those are the qualities that need to be loved and appreciated immediately. And it felt like at a certain point in our relationship, those qualities weren't even seen, weren't even, like brought into the conception of who I was. And it created all of this tension between us. And, fundamentally we had to go our separate ways. And I'm at this point in my life, it's like, love me well, see me well, or be gone. That's where I'm at. And it's tragic because I have conversations with different women every week. And within 5 minutes of talking to, let's say like a woman I was just dancing with, I instantly know that it would never work out, because she fundamentally has different values than me, is aiming in a different direction, and would never be able to see and appreciate me for the ways I am excellent, for the ways I do give great things to the world. It's like, there's the common values, like kindness, like how kind a man is, perhaps like that. People like value different things, right? And if they don't share your values, man, you're going to be trying to be loved and appreciated by someone who will never be able to fully understand who you are. It's kind of like, the best example for this is if you've been cultivating a relationship with God and a disciplined spiritual practice, a relationship with stillness, someone who has never had a transcendental meditation before, who has zero relationship with God, they might be able to be like, oh, I appreciate his spiritual discipline, but they won't understand it. They won't know that part of you, right? They'll never be able to see all the ways that you have cultivated into this very complex and deep world, right? And therefore, they'll always be asking you to be a little bit different in the ways they see the world, instead of appreciating the way in which you are in the world, right? And this goes for every single virtue, life path, orientation, is you need to find people who are cut from similar cloth to you. And I was just sitting in a sauna, yesterday with a man who is cut from a very similar cloth to me. I think of it as spiritual races. Like, there's literally different spiritual races within mankind. And we're sitting there and it just, dude, I don't even need to say anything. Like, I can just see the way, we can just see each other, because we like sees like, real knows real, all these cliches, that people say. It's reality. I'm working with a new client of mine, and he makes a certain style of art that's really difficult for me to immediately appreciate. And it's because I don't have the same artistic orientation as him, right? And I'm going to help and serve him the best way I can and try to understand his art, but I will never be able to appreciate it like another artist who's in a similar niche within art, right? And that is just the best example for when you go through the world, my friends. Stop trying to be liked. by everyone. Stop trying to, the tragic reality is most people and most women are not for you. They're simply not. Like, you're going to have to like conform yourself to their world, and yeah, it's especially like as you develop along your path, if you're creating more nobility within yourself, more virtue within yourself, and more alignment with your essence, the more unique and individuated you're going to become. And the only way you're going to be able to connect with people on a real level and not try to conform yourself to their worldview is if you find other people who are cultivating nobility and alignment with their own essence. Your essence is like, if someone is doing that, even if they are different, like they have a different color, if you're at a similar level of consciousness, a similar, value structure inside of you, you will be fast friends, because you will instantly be able to admire and appreciate the other person for who they are, right? Because you have sensed them inside of yourself. And that's the crazy thing is I'm talking to this woman right now, this one woman, and she instantly, like immediately, our first interaction, she appreciated things and admired things in me that none of my past lovers have ever seen or grasped inside of me ever before. Like, it's crazy. I was in a 5-year-long relationship, and this woman always thought like I was doing everything wrong when it came to business, that I was like delusional about my aims and aspirations in life. And this woman comes along and instantly affirms it, instantly appreciates it, and instantly admires it. And I'm like, you know how different that is from trying to make things work with people who fundamentally don't see you eye to eye? Oh my God, it's night and day. And I feel like so many people are trying to make a relationship work when you're fundamentally different at your core. And yeah, I think we all can make compromises, but ultimately I think we need to have a similar orientation, similar level of consciousness to truly see and appreciate each other at a deepest level. And this is a non-negotiable for me when it comes to lovers and when it comes to best friends. Yes, I want to build a larger tribe, that's very perhaps diverse in orientation, but like we need to have some shared values. But when it comes to those closest inner circle people, immediately, right? Because it just feels like, man, they have the same taste as me. They have a similar orientation to me. They might be different in certain ways, right? Like the feminine opposite of me, but they're cut from the same cloth. And I think, I don't know, like we get that confused today. So this is a really important insight for me, is like, if you can't love and see me well, we can be acquaintances, and it's really rare. It's really rare to be loved and seen well. So let that guide you, my friends. And if you want to talk to me one-on-one, join some like-minded men in deep conversations, reviving the classical spirit. Link below. I'm building a men's community, filtering the whole world, create a new secret society. Peace.